I might
To you,
actually
new
be able to get
adventurer,
the Iron Heart.
avoid the Whispering Caverns.
No, I'm back
For a
to where I
while,
started.
yes, there will be riches there located, and there are just as many creatures there willing to kill you for trespassing.
Just to wind back at square one.
Now first, let me explain the current state of the caverns. The caverns are filled with Draugr, not the undead, mind you, but the grey dwarves. Now unlike their dwarven cousins that you may find in a tavern, these dwarves are twisted
pine tree.
and filled with hate for any surface-dwelling creature that they can find.
Okay. I think I'm near the Iron
Now
Heart.
being enslaved for a generation really didn't help the matter,
Crab, cunt.
and believing that their god had abandoned
Get back
them,
here.
they had turned to devil worship.
I'll trade you.
Their turning
You
to
have my
devil
dino.
worship did help them overpower their slavers, the mind flayers, with a little bit of help of interbreeding, of course, being that they were underground and really did not have a way to find any more grey dwarves. Right now they rule the Underdark, although they themselves have just become like their slavers, the mind flayers.
So you attack me, but nothing else will?
Now, an interesting tidbit that I came across was the grey dwarves in their minds dig up a type of ore that has magical properties. So far, though, it seems that they only sell to the drow.
Don't care.
But if you continue further into the mind, you come across a rather impressive monolith. Now, the grey dwarves call it the Iron Heart. Now, what makes it impressive is that it's not made out of stone, but it's made out of a bismuth crystal, and it floats.
I hear a child in distress.
Its origins remain unclear, and it is said that the Iron Heart actually pulses. Now, as to its purpose, once again, that is still unclear.
Okay, well...
Now, if you continue to wander, you will eventually come across the upper vaults.
Again.
Now, these vaults mimic the minds of its inhuman inhabitants.
Dude, how high up do you have to go?
The mind flayers. Essentially making the vaults a waking nightmare. Now, these vaults do not follow the laws of reality. For some reason, will bend and twist and collapse and expand at any given moment. So, adventurer, if you do decide to visit these vaults, I beg of you, be wary. Two fates await you if you go in there. One, you lose your mind and become the next slave to the flayers. Or two, you die. From what means of death? Well, we won't know. But now there is one last location that I must tell you about that resides deep within this hell. And once again, like the monolith in the upper vaults, it makes no sense. The verdant caves. These caves are so far from the sunlight and rain that plant life should not exist, that there should be no ecosystem here. And yet there is. We believe that the occasional bit of wizard light helps support the plant life along with the bioluminescent plants and animals that have seemed to crop up here. And the small ecosystem that it supports is unique. Well, there's not too much prey to go around. There's lots of predators. Now, the top predator here is going to be the spiders. And be wary. Some of them can grow as big as the mushrooms here. And their poison is potent. So if you do come here, make sure to bring plenty of antidotes. And perhaps some thick armor for them to not be able to bite through. Well, adventurer, I'm afraid we have to part yet again. But do not worry, you will see me again very soon. When we meet again, I will share some more of the knowledge of this world with you. Until next time, adventurer, I wish you well.